Let's go to the Workers' Cottage for our weekly dose of common sense. But as I say, common sense, it's not common. Richo, we love your common sense. I'm not being flattering. We love your common sense lockdowns. Surely this stuff's got to end. 10 new cases in Melbourne. Are Melbourne going to go into lockdown?
Look, I think we're getting a bit carried away with lockdowns. The reality is you have to keep business going. Life has to go on. Now, we might have to live with COVID for 12 months or longer. What are you going to do, shut the country down for a year? It can't be done. Now, Gladys and the team have just got to take a deep breath, step forward and do something courageous, like saying, we're opening up, we need to go on.
Graham, in all of Australia, and thank you for that, because we've got to give people hope. There have been 22 million tests in all of Australia. 0.14% have tested positive of those tests. Of our total population, 0.12% have tested positive. Do we stand the nation on its head? Would Bob Hawke have stood the nation on its head?
Of course not. I mean, this is just stupid. And also, I don't want to live in fear. I want to be able to hold my head up and walk down the street like I have a right to. I think that is a basic right, and I don't think you can take it off me. So I'm not going to cop this idea that we need to have a national lockdown forever. It's a load of nonsense, Alan, and people have just got to wake up to it, and they've got to ring up Gladys and say, Gladys, back off. This is nonsense.
But surely the Prime Minister of Australia has got to say there will be no more lockdowns. I mean, in Florida, that's exactly what DeSantis has said. In South Dakota, that's what they've said there. Even though they've got, in Britain, they had 32,000 cases overnight, and it's now Freedom Day. They're getting on with their lives. Shouldn't the national leader be speaking to the nation and saying, that's what we're going to do?
Absolutely. I don't know where Scott Morrison is on this. I mean, he's got to stand up, and if that means standing up to Gladys, so be it. But he's got to do it. I mean, the one thing you need from at the moment, the one thing we're crying out for is leadership. And that's what I've always thought Scott Morrison had in him, but it's time to show it.
Good on you, Graham. Wonderful, wonderful. A couple of minutes with you, and Graham, seriously, they're pearls. Absolute pearls. Very grateful. I said we'd get common sense out of him, and we have.